you're a child of the king. And if you're a child of the king, you better rep that kingdom like that's the only kingdom you gonna rep, because he says rep me and rep me alone. You better rep him until the day you die. You better rep him all the way or no way. It's not halfway, it's all the way or no way. Yes, you fall, yes, you stumble, but get back up. Stop. It's Divine D, that she, and welcome back. Hey, chosen ones, and today we are having a debatable topic. I know it's something that is debated back and forth about the new age Christians, the old age Christians, Christians overall, and basically it's such an argued topic. And today I'm just gonna set things to the bar, set things straight here. And the topic that we're going to be talking about today, first of all, brother and sister, if you're new here, settle down, have some tea, have some hot cocoa. I'm just getting my notes ready on my laptop because, as you can see here, I don't have my glasses, my anti-blue light glasses, and I need my screen bright so I can see. As you can see, I have my little notepad here. Yes, we are getting down to the nitty-gritty. We're getting real here and to the deal. So we're talking about Halloween. Halloween, as we know, is a holiday, a pagan holiday that evolves around witches, horror, ghosts, kids going trick or treating for candy, and dressing up in costumes and whatever be the store. People have Halloween parties, all that stuff. It's talking about the dead, spirits, spells, all that. Now, for some Christians say, okay, I don't think Jesus. Some people say as Christians that, oh, okay, I don't think Halloween is a good idea. But if I dress my kid up and they go get candy, or as that person themselves, if they go get dressed up and just go get candy, they feel like it's just for fun. Now, please listen here. I'm not here to attack anybody. I'm not here to bash anybody, but I'm just here to expose the truth, and I'm here to set it straight. I'm here to do what God has called me to do, and it's been called on me since yesterday, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do this video, but God was just like, let's do it. You got to clear it, okay? You got to expose it. That's what I've called you to do, is expose these type of things, and you have to listen to what I'm saying, is to expose these type of things. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to let this go. So like I was saying, some Christians feel like as if they dress up in their costumes and they go get candy, they feel like they're just having fun and they're not participating. Now, there's other Christians that feel like Halloween is a total horrible idea and I'm not participating in it at all. And then there's some people that are Christians and they just don't really care. Those are called not really Christians. Those are just called people just saying that they're Christians but not really a true Christian. Anyone can say they're a Christian, but that don't mean they're a Christian. For me, I don't celebrate Halloween at all anymore. I used to, not anymore, okay? That's a done deal. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute, of why it's a bad idea to celebrate it. I can't force anybody to do anything. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, but it's for you in order to feel like you need to retrace these steps and think about this and, sit down and think about it, because it's up to you if God convicts you. It's not me telling you what to do. No, it's God telling you what to do, and it's God convicting you if you feel that conviction. And if you don't, you don't. Too bad. What can I tell you? That's you. So I'm here to tell you that if you think about this whole Halloween thing, it involves ghosts, the dead, spells, witchcraft, because you can't tell me witches It involves witches, a lot of sorcery, which is witchcraft, casting spells, all that on people. It involves theft sometimes, egging people, violence. It involves a lot of violence, a lot of killing. That involves horror, whatever. Y'all know what I mean. It involves scariness. It involves all that, just demonic type of things. And sometimes you even see those devilish costumes and a lot of things that represent evil. Okay? And you say, hey, well, I'm just dressing up to have fun and I'm just doing this to get candy and whatever, and I'm not participating in this holiday. Well, if you think about it this way, you kind of are. And it's not even a kind of, you are. Because you're saying, hey, I'm just getting dressed up. And you're saying, hey, I'm just going to do this just to get candy and have fun. But if you weren't participating, how does going to get candy and you not participating mean you're not participating? Because you're still participating if you're just going to go get candy. Because they sell candy at the store. It's different if you said, I'm going to go buy a bag of candy and just keep it in my house. And I'm just going to have candy when I'm hungry or whatever, when I want a snack. But no, you're going to participate. Okay, you're participating. That's like saying I'm not participating in the party just because I'm not at the party, but I'm helping to decorate. You're participating because you're helping. You're giving in to what does not need to be given into. So just think about that. That's also like saying you don't celebrate Christmas, but you're putting up a Christmas tree. That's like saying I'm not participating, I'm just having fun. Hello, you're participating. That's some type of form of participation. You're doing things to help with that event or that holiday. You're participating. It's like saying, I didn't help make the cake, or I'm not participating in helping the cake, making the cake. I was just doing it for fun. All I did was get out the ingredients. You're participating. Okay? End of story. You're participating. And I'm sorry to break it to you, but it's truth is truth. You are participating because that candy, giving out candy too, you're participating. No, you're still participating. It's a form of participation because you don't need to give out candy and intrigue this behavior. You're influencing this behavior, so you are participating. Some people say, hey, I'm just giving out candy to the kids. No, you're not. You're helping those kids participate because you're going from door to door and you're one more person participating and allowing them to be involved and interact with this holiday. Now, I took down a note on what this holiday kind of means. I googled it. It says the tradition originated with the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, I don't know how to pronounce that, when people would light bonfires and wear costumes to ward off ghosts. Now, that's the whole thing, to ward off ghosts. That's just like witchcraft. That's like some people, like, they burn sage and they swear that sage is going to help them to ward off evil spirits. No, baby, that's witchcraft. And let me tell you why. Because you're putting another force before God. You're choosing the enemy over a God because you're putting something else, you're believing in another energy or some type of whatever. You're putting that in front of God and saying that this is going to set this free, when you should really be believing that God, it's in God's hands and God will handle it and God will cleanse it for you already and God will get rid of those spirits for you and fight your battles. But no, you're putting this force, you're putting this energy in front of this and saying sage is going to cleanse this spirit, sage is going to do this, sage is going to, it's no different from doing that. So I'm trying to help you understand what's going on here. Now, back to the whole trick or treating thing with the getting candy or giving out candy or just dressing up your kid in costumes or wearing your costumes for fun. And let me tell you this, just because the church does harvest festival and still they don't make it a harvest festival, but yet they're still trick or treating or trunk or treating, and they just changed the name and they're still having you dress up in costumes. It's not, no, you can't do that because you're just trying to sugarcoat things, okay? At that point, you're sugarcoating it. We already know what you're up to. I hate when churches do that. Don't do it. It's not cute. And then on top of that, churches will have a trick or treat or a trunk or treat and whatever, and they try to make it all nice and whatever. No, it's still a form of participation, and you're allowing demonic activity in the church. And just because a church says it's okay doesn't mean it's okay, because God is not okay. Even though it's not specified, Halloween is not specified in the Bible, there's scriptures that can relate to it, that go along with it, that tell you it's not okay. Okay? And I'm going to read this first one. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 21, the English Standard Version says, "You cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of demons. You cannot partake of the table of the Lord and the table of demons." You can't sit at two tables. That's like saying you're going to eat at the kid table and the adult table, and you, like, what? You can't sit at two tables. You got to choose one. Okay, you gotta choose one. It's either you pick God or you pick the enemy. Which one you gonna pick? God is a jealous God, and that's stated in the Bible over and over. He's a jealous God. It's you either picking one or the other. You can't take and pick one side. You either gonna pick the devil's side or the God's side, because you, as a Christian, or you saying that it's just for fun, is just like, you're basically saying, I know it's not okay, but I'm going to make it okay in my own way. That's exactly what you're saying. And like I said, I'm not here to bash anybody. I'm just exposing the truth. I'm doing what I'm called to do, because it's a heavy topic. It's just a topic that needs to be expressed, because the devil is trying to deceive this generation even more than ever, even with drugs and sexual activity. It's even worse in this generation, that the enemy is trying to deceive our minds and trying to trick us into things that we think are okay and that are really not okay. It's constantly happening. And even with this whole Halloween thing, even though it's not specified, there's things relating to it that tell us that it's not okay. There's some things that don't need to be specified, but you know you're not, that you know is not okay. It's just like when it's just like we're in our own houses and our parents let's see, let me choose another one. That's just like when it's dinner time or whatever, and you know your parent is cooking, and they don't tell you not to go in that pot while they're cooking, because you can get burned or anything. But you know automatically not to go in that pot, because you know some of the rules. You know you can get hurt. You know that it's dangerous. You know you shouldn't be in the kitchen when adults are cooking until the food is done. So based off of that knowledge, you know what? Even though it's not specified that it's not okay, I know it's not okay, because there's things saying that it's not okay, even though it's not saying don't go and touch that pot while I'm cooking food. Get what I'm saying? It's just like saying, it's just like if your parents didn't tell you don't go with strangers. If they're telling you stay right here, if they're telling you that strangers are bad people, if they're telling you that don't get up until I get back, only go with me, da 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 da. It's not specified that don't go with a stranger, but it's you know, okay, I know this and this, so why would I go with a stranger? I know to stay my butt here. Okay? All right. Next one, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11, the English Standard Version. "Take no part in unfruitfulness works of darkness, but instead expose them." That is exactly what I'm doing. And actually, Halloween is today, and right now it's like 5:14 in the afternoon. I do not partake in that anymore. So what I'm being called to do right now is expose what the enemy's trying to perceive you to think. And I know there's going to be people coming for me for this video, and I don't care. I'm exposing the truth, and hopefully it makes it up by today. I will try to get it up by today. That's why I'm not trying to make this video long or anything, but I'm just here to let you know. I'm not here to make this video long. I'm not here to, no. I'm just here to get to the point and expose this, because I'm a child of God, and even though sometimes I'm not always 100%, listen, You're going to have days where you fall. You're going to have days where you get back up. You got to tough it out and do the work of God. You got to do what God has called you to do, because you're a child of the King. And if you're a child of the King, you better rep that kingdom like that's the only kingdom you're going to rep, because he says rep me and rep me alone. You better rep him until the day you die. You better rep him all the way or no way. It's not halfway. It's all the way or no way. Yes, you fall. Yes, you stumble, but get back up. Stop. Stop. That's all I'm going to say. Just You gotta go. There's no in between, baby. There's no in between. Cut that in between out. No, it's not. No. You either pick the Bible or you pick. Okay. All right. Next thing here. It says Leviticus. I'm sorry if I pronounce that wrong. Chapter 19, verse 31. Regard not them who have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am the Lord your God. Do not seek after wizards. That's telling you, do not go and participate in the things that wizards are doing. Do not go and give into tarot card reading. Do not go and give into palm reading. Do not go into spells. All that is witchcraft. It's witchcraft. Sage burning, all of it. Evil eye, witchcraft. That has nothing to do with God. And then here it is, the Halloween being associated with this as well. Halloween is associated with elaborate costumes, haunted houses, and of course candy. But it is also linked to a number of risks, including pedestrian fatalities and theft or vandalism. October 31st may be one of the most dangerous days of the year for your children, home, car, and health. If it's threatening your well-being, if it's threatening your health, if it's threatening your life, it's not of God. Period. If it's threatening in any way, shape, or form, if it's threatening your life, if it's threatening your strength, if it's testing your faith, it's not of God. It's not of God. Yes, God takes us through tests and trials, but it doesn't threaten us. It always leads to good. But anytime the enemy tries to make us do something, it starts off feeling good and turning out good, but then it leads to bad. If it even questions it to make it think that it's bad in any way, shape, or form, it's not of God, baby. It's not of God. So why do you continue to give into this thing? Why do you continue to give into the voice? And that's the devil telling you, hey, it's okay, but it's not really okay. I'm just trying to make it okay. Deceived. You're being deceived, baby. I had to learn that for myself. I went through it in freshman year of high school. I went through it. I was just the same way. I was like, you know what? I don't celebrate Halloween anymore, but I'm going to dress up anyway, and I'm going to go and get candy. But then I was like, that's kind of risky, but I'm going to do it anyways. And I did just that. And it's just like, I knew it wasn't okay, but I made it okay for me, but it wasn't okay to God. And I'm like, but I'm still participating because I don't even need to be out here. I'm still participating because I'm dressed up. I'm still participating. I had to sit down and come to realization that I don't care how cute the costume is. I don't care if it's a princess. I don't care if it was Minnie Mouse. I don't care. No, it's not okay. It's not. Dress up, fine. Dress up on a normal day, on a regular day, that's fine. But you're participating in these activities, dressing up, going to parties, dressing up, going to school. Even when the school, it's not okay. It's not okay. The Halloween party is not okay. The trick-or-treating, not okay. And that alone tells you the trick or treating, the word trick or treating. Are you tricking? Are you being tricked, or are you treating? That's right there. That alone, the name alone, trick or treat. Trick or treat. Is it a trick or is it a treat? Y'all not getting it. Y'all not getting it. Is it a trick or is it a treat? Because you receiving candy that's all sugar and games and but you're being tricked by the enemy. Is it a trick or is it a treat? We don't know. But we do know clearly because Shandarabasiye, Shandarabasiyo, Kor Shandarai, Shandarabasiye, Oro Shandarabasiye. Woo! You see there, trick or treat. Trick or treat. Let that sink in. If that don't even tell you enough right there, trick or treat, that should tell you enough right there. And then the churches and the people that are trying to cover it up and say trunk or treat, no, baby, no. No, we know. We already know. We know. And then the fact that, no, here it is right here. Here's the big one. Deuteronomy chapter 18, verse 9 through 12, the English Standard Version. When you come into the land that the Lord your God is giving you, you shall not learn to follow the abominable practices of those nations. There shall not be found among you anyone who burns his sons or his daughter as an offering, anyone who practices divination or tells fortunes or interprets omens, or a sorcerer, or a charmer, or a medium, or a necromancer, or one who inquires of the dead. For whoever does these things is an abomination to the Lord, and because of these abominations, the Lord your God is driving them out before you. That was the whole big one right there. Basically what that says is, starting off with the first line, is that the land that your God is giving you, which is the earth, if you are living on the earth, he's not telling you to go and follow what everybody else is doing. Stop following what everybody else is doing. I said that in another video. Stop following what everybody else is doing. God did not put you here to follow what everybody else is doing. And that's clearly what it says right there. And then it says, there shall not be found among you anyone who burns his sons or his daughter as an offering. Anyone who practices divination or tells fortunes or interprets omens, or a sorcerer or a charmer or a medium or a necromancer, or one who inquires of the dead. Okay, let that sink in. For whoever does these things in abomination, it's another term for hatred. You're showing hatred towards God by doing these things. You're giving into sorcerers, tarot card readers, all those. That tells us right there. Halloween, I even see, when I used to go trick-or-treating, I used to see people with tables sometimes. The tables and the black tents. And it would be decorated with all these Halloween things. And they'll be offering tarot card readings and spells. And they'll be dressed up as witches. And sometimes people, you don't know who's really a witch out here or who really is not a witch. Remember that. These people be dressed up in costumes, but you don't know who identifies as a costume or who identifies as that costume that they really are. You don't know who identifies as the costume or who that as they really are. Somebody could be dressed up as a witch and really be a witch. And remember, a witch is just not somebody who dresses up in these witch costumes. No, it's somebody who practices tarot card reading, somebody who does witchcraft, somebody who does spells. There's people that do this stuff for real. People who believe in selling their souls. You gotta watch out for those people. You don't know who's really dressed up in the costume or who comes as they are on that night. You don't know. You don't know. Just because they're dressed up as a witch, you don't know if anybody's really a witch or if they're not a witch out here. There's people out here. If this doesn't get through your head enough, I'm trying to help y'all to understand. I can't tell you what not to do. This is up to you. But I'm just trying to help you realize something. I'm just teaching right now. I'm not misinterpreting. Because if I was misinterpreting, baby, believe me, I would know. I think this is like one of the last. No, I got 2 more scriptures for y'all. And then I'll let y'all go. This is from Leviticus chapter 19, verse 31, the English Standard Version. Do not turn to mediums or necromancers. I don't know how to say that word. I'm sorry, y'all. Do not seek them out, and so make yourselves unclean by them. I am the Lord your God. Do not seek after those mediums or those tarot card readers or those sorcerers, because you will be unclean by them. That's exactly what it says. You'll be unclean by them, meaning you'll be just as demonic as them, and you're going to be unclean. You know, when we think of walking into heaven, we think of all white. Just like when we get married, we some of us follow tradition. It depends if you want to follow tradition or not. But if you're a virgin, you typically get married in all full pure white, and it's pure because white is a pure color. You're known to be pure because being a virgin, you're not touched yet. You followed God's rules. You followed His rules, so you're pure. So you're clean, okay? Just like when we follow God, we're clean, we're pure. But as soon as you dip into these demonic forces and stuff, you become unclean. Do not become unclean like them, okay? That stuff that we see on Halloween, a lot of witches, a lot of sorcerers, a lot of mediums, a lot of Harry Potter stuff, all that stuff, demonic, okay? The Bible tells us for ourselves. The Bible does not lie. It does not. And people say, well, you only pick scriptures that you want to choose, but then y'all don't know how to relate to scripture when y'all want to pick certain scriptures. Y'all just want to pick out scriptures that bash people and this and that, but y'all don't want to ever pick out scriptures when it involves you. No, baby, that's not true, because I know what scriptures point out to me, and I'll be reading them, and I'll be feeling conviction. I know what relates to me, baby, and I know how to make it better. I know the things that I should and should not be doing. And I know that there's some things I need to correct. And will I be perfect? Never will be. Never will be. Even the Bible says we are perfect. No, baby. Sometimes we're not. Sometimes we're not. I'm not perfect. I know I'm not perfect. I fall. Come on. Romans chapter 13, verse 9, the English Standard Version says, for the commandments, you shall not commit adultery, you shall not murder, you shall not steal, you shall not covet, and any other commandment are summed up in this word, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Let me tell you that you shall not murder, you shall not steal, right there. We think of a lot of theft on Halloween. That's the part, a whole lot of sneakiness, a whole lot of sinful activities, a whole lot of sinful behavior. People putting drugs in children's candies, people putting needles in children's candies. That was one thing, a thing in one of the years. Again, threats, sin involves a lot of sin, a whole lot of sin. If you do not see something wrong with this, there's a whole lot of sin involving this holiday, this so-called holiday. There's a whole lot of sin involving it. And for me, it's just like, theft. Some people do steal. A lot of people do. Sometimes it be so bad that police have to troll. If there's a holiday and people are telling you that be careful, be safe, and they're not just telling you be careful or be safe because there's snow on the ground or something, but they're telling you be safe and be careful because they know people will egg you, people will steal from you, people might rob you, people might drug you, people might steal from you. That's right there. That's the wrong type of worrying right there. Right there. There's a whole lot of sin involved in this holiday. If you can't see it, my love, if you can't see it, my king, if you can't see it, queen, princess, prince, whatever, brother, sister, if you cannot see it, I don't know what else to tell you. If you're a Christian and you're trying to get right with God, I hope this wakes up your eyes. Or if you're one of those Christians that think it's okay to just go trick-or-treating and dress up and it's just for fun and you're not participating, I hope this wakes you up and sounds an alarm. Like I said, I'm not here to bash anybody because I had to go through this for myself and I had to learn for myself too. I'm just letting you know because it was just like one of my sisters. I'm not going to call names. One of my sisters DM'd me. I had posted a post that literally said the same exact thing as I'm saying now, is that when you trick or treat, you're still participating or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it said. And she responded and she said, well, I um I just I'm not a big fan of Halloween, and I'm a Christian, and I used to, but not anymore, but I used to go trick or treating and dress up just for fun, but not to celebrate the holiday. And I'm like, well, if you look at it this way, sister, you're still participating, because you can always go get that candy from the drugstore, from the dollar store, whatever, and just have it for yourself and have the whole bag of candy or whatever, and you don't have to dress up. You can sit down in your house and watch a nice family movie, not anything horror related or anything, or Halloween related. Listen, when I tell you guys, all that stuff that the church does involving Halloween, if they what's it called? If they decorate for Halloween, if they trick or treat, fall festival, and it's not fall festival. Listen, my church even used to do it too when our old pastor was there. I don't know about this year, because I don't think my pastor having that this year. And I'm not calling out anybody, but I'm just saying. My church used to do it when our old pastor was there, and he would call it like a harvest festival. But yet, as it being called a harvest festival, we were still trick-or-treating in the church. Literally had a whole trick-or-treating in the dark. And we dressed up in costumes. And yet, it was just... Harvest festival to me means you watch a fall movie, nothing horror related, nothing Halloween related, and you have some pumpkin, you carve some pumpkins, or you not no scary faces, just like carve a pumpkin or have pumpkins decorated. You make leaves, you have some apple cider vinegar, some fall treats, and you cuddle or something, or something like that. Or you dress in like warm cozy clothes and you have a movie night or something, or you decorate leaves, you make creations out of leaves, and have pumpkin spice lattes and stuff like that. That's a fall festival. Not dressing up, trick-or-treating, not making scary pumpkins, not making ghost stuff. No, that's not a harvest festival to me. To me, that's just like a Halloween party, and you're just changing the name to make it seem innocent. And it's not. It's not. When I tell you, I kid you not. Even at the school doing the Halloween parade, it's still no different. There's some people that used to make their kids be like, no, they can't participate, and they'll have like a room separate for the kids that wouldn't be allowed to participate because their parents said that they don't celebrate the holiday. They'll be put in a room and they watch like something else and whatever. I would wonder why kids would have to go through that. And now I'm woken up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally understand. And in the future, when I have kids, hopefully, I would never let my kids celebrate this. I'm like, no, not under my roof. If they want to go and celebrate when they're not living with me, fine. And even then, I wouldn't support that. But I can't force you to do something you want to do or something you don't want to do. But under my roof, no, I'm sorry. It wouldn't be happening. Not even in school, not even church. No, it wouldn't. And I'm not even just targeting Halloween. There's so much pagan holidays, but we'll talk about that when these other holidays come. Santa Claus, all of that. We'll talk about it, baby. We'll talk about it when these holidays come. Even Thanksgiving, I got something for y'all. But I'm done rambling, because at this point, I hope y'all got the message. Even like I said, I keep cutting off the sentence I was about to say, but I kid you not, in high school, as I'm in now, during the times, they don't even respect us really, and they'll just put on Halloween movies. And I kid you not, first thing I do is I pull out my phone, I pull out my laptop, I pull out my book, pull out some homework that I need to do. I do not watch that movie. I do not look at the screen at all, because I'm like, I'm over this. So over it. But anyways, that's my rant for today. That's it, my beautiful people. I love y'all. Stay blessed. Without further ado, make sure you like, comment, and share, and subscribe. Share this with a friend who needs some wisdom, who needs some encouragement, who needs something to help them, those newcomers, all those people. Share this with your churches. I know they may not want to hear it, especially if they do that harvest festival or trunk or treat. Listen, baby, and the Easter Bunny, we coming for you too. I'm coming for y'all. I'm just letting y'all know something real, because I'm tired of this. I'm tired of all these pagan holidays. I'm tired of all of this stuff that's like not biblical related. I'm sorry, because I don't even know what the point. It's not even Easter, but when Easter comes about around time, listen, we're not even just targeting Halloween. There's so much other holidays to be talking about, because churches celebrating Easter, it's Resurrection Sunday, not Easter. Not Easter bunny. Why are you guys having Easter egg hunts and Easter bunnies? And it has nothing to do with, listen. Anyways, that's it for this video, my beautiful people. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, comment down below on your thoughts. Comment down below on what other holidays you want me to talk about, or what other videos you want to see. And without further ado, it's Divine D, and she is out.